Tuesday, January 17th, in an interview, Tabitha Brown became very emotional as she spoke about her struggle during a time she had become ill. In the interview, she also speaks about how prior to now, she didn't show the world her true self. For years she pretended to be someone she wasn't to please people. After Tabitha decided to be herself, that's when things started to fall in place for her. Her journey wasn't easy. The successful Tabitha Brown we all see now went through many struggles to get to where she is today, including becoming ill. Let's listen to what she had to say in the interview.
Doing it. Oh my God, I'm so happy for them. I mean, I'm still like that.
Yes.
I wish Choice was here, and my daughter tell you, she said, don't nobody love to see people win more than my mama. I remember back in the day with, American Idol, like I just cheer for people. I am so happy for people. I love to see people win. I love to see people like their dreams come true. And because to me, that just means mine can too. So even though I would see other people while I'm working at Macy's or while I'm at this nursing home or wherever, it just gave me more motivation. It was inspiring to me. I would just be like, oh, my day gonna come because they winning too. Like, I honestly used to think everybody thought that way. And I learned later in life, no, everybody just feel that way. But that's how I feel, right? When I used to do Very Good Mondays, which I'm about to bring back, every Monday I bless small businesses because it made me so happy to like help people.
Right.
Like I don't know any other way but to cheer for others and believe what God has put inside of me. I honestly live by what God has for me is for me. So it doesn't matter what somebody else is doing. That ain't my business. My only thing is to cheer for them and be like, very good. But what God got for me gonna look different than that. Right? I don't compare. Because to me, if I compare, I'm telling God he ain't doing a good enough job. Right? I don't need to compare, honey, because I'm like, ooh, I can't wait to see what you're gonna do for me, Lord. Like, this is amazing. So that's how. Not to say I didn't have bad days of saying, God, when is it gonna happen? Lord, I'm tired, right? I definitely had those days because I'm human. But after I got out of that little bump that I might have been in, I would refocus on I know something gonna happen because I can feel it. I can feel it, So that's how, honey, that's how I would make it through. And then sometimes it was, especially during my sick time, I thought God had forgotten about me. And that's a real thing too.
Yeah.
Even while I was sick, I had friends who were doing amazing in their careers. And I would put my clothes on and get myself together so I could go support. I was still faking like I was all right. But inside, I felt like I was dying, But and I would come home and be like, Lord, you going to let them have their dreams. Why you going to let me have mine? Get about me. Why you make me sick? I thought that that he was punishing me for something. And when I think about it, I get a little emotional because he was doing something inside of me that I get to use now. Right? It was not punishment. And so that's for somebody else. It's not punishment. It's growth for you. It's your story. He was building my testimony. But that's,
you got me about to
thing.
cry up here. I'm supposed to be professional, Tab.
Everything we're going through is so that he can show the world his greatness, right? If I had made it back then and I hadn't been through the stuff that I've been through, what story would I have? It would be a good story. I mean, it would be cool. But the story that I have now, I on paper, I shouldn't be here. Right? And a lot of us are that way. On paper, when you write it all down and look back, ain't no way we should even still be here. But yet here we are. So, be encouraged in your season where it feels like nothing is going right. it feels like he has forgotten about you, be encouraged, because he's just working on your story. Your story is loading. I know I did a video about that last year. Your loading time. He is building your story. And it's going to be a beautiful one to tell that will bless others. And maybe just change somebody's life. Yes. Okay.
Yes, indeed.
Right.
I got another question. You got me about to pass out in here, Tab. And I'll be passing out through your videos, but you was talking to me. You was talking to me. But I'm just flabbergasted, because it's just you're just so powerful, and it's just, you know, it's like you, when they say that you are America's mom, that's exactly what you are. But what I wanted to ask you was, you are one of the most famous vegans in the world right now. So you're showing how it's dope over here on the green side. You're showing that we're living in abundance, but without saying all of the greatness that has come your way because of the lifestyle change.
Mentally, you know, prior to me going vegan, I was, you know, of course I was sick, but I was also depressed, right? I had a lot of anxiety as well. I had panic attacks. So sometimes I can have like 50 panic attacks in a day, where I could be talking to you and all of a sudden I'm like, and I have to take a moment to just try to calm myself, you know. And my thoughts were very negative. I thought I was going to die, you know, and that increases your anxiety. And I don't know why I'm so emotional on here today. Yeah. Lord Jesus, I feel other people as well. So I'm like, oh, whoever's going through this right now, Lord, touch them, God. But after going vegan, it's like it started to lift, you know, sorrow started to leave me.
Yeah.
And sadness started to flee. Anxiety became less and less. And I just started to have such a clear mind. I don't know if it's because now I'm only eating from the soil, you know, I'm eating plants and fruit and vegetables. I just started to feel better. And I do remember that one time God, in prayer, he said to me, he said, as cliche as it sounds, the saying is, we are what we eat, right? And I was eating, the majority of my diet was just chicken, fish, and turkey, but I would eat it every day. And I didn't go vegan for the animals. You know, originally I was for my health. But when I started doing my own research, it's so many animals being tortured, and they're all in a state of panic, and they're depressed. And I was eating them every day. So I was eating their state of panic. I was eating their depression, and they're also sick. And I was eating sickness. So I was what I ate. We are what we eat.
Yeah.
And that's what was revealed to me. And so once I stopped that and I only started to eat life instead of death, I just started to feel more alive and happy. And I used to be on anxiety medication and depression medication. I haven't had any of that in 5 years. It's just, and listen, I don't say that to tell people to stop taking your medicine. Because sometimes, right? Because sometimes medicine folks need their medicine.
Because you know they'll do it if you say
I haven't had to, you know, be on medication anymore for that. You know, do I have times where I still can feel like a little bit of like, oh my, you know, getting overwhelmed, or if I feel sad or scared, I can moment. But I also know like to center myself and, you know, calm it down. Especially like when I come to my family, nothing really gets to me now. That's my family. That's my family. That's my, because I take care of my family with my money, right? But nothing really gets to me anymore. I feel so free and It's a great place to be in. Yeah.
So you have come under scrutiny about who you are, how you
And
are,
look, and I got
because
on
your
black today because
colors
this is what I
are
was
so
wearing in the
bright.
gym.
You are so vibrant.
But it do say, "My have a good day now." Okay.
You you are so vibrant. So what do you say to the people who don't understand what being country is, or don't understand how you are a soldier for your family? Because I'm still, and I know probably someone never has asked you this, but I still clutch my pearls when you said what you said to Wendy. I still clutch them because I can read now. You know, I have a great dictionary, but you inspired people to really, you know, a classy read, if you want to say that. But how do you deal with all the people who are saying, you probably like, you know what, that's their business, that don't have nothing to do with you. But being human, how do you deal with people who may say that you're not authentic? Because from the day that I met you, you were just like, you walk around like you're not Tabitha the Brown. I'm selling out Target. I mean, just because I feel like it.
You know,
so
for me,
how do you deal with that?
It's so crazy. I talk about this often. I spent the majority of these 20 years trying to be somebody else. Right? I created this Tabitha who did not speak with her accent, who was very much trying to be polished, trying to be a certain size, wore my hair one way, because Honey Donna was oppressed. That's what we call it.
How did Donna like that? Donna didn't like that, did she?
Busted my door open. Hold on a second. You stop that, Blackie. Because you know Blackie think he run the house. So this person I created who was not truly Tab, right? I always cover my accent because corporate America I was told to, in entertainment I was told to, and also watching my mama as a little girl code switch. I learned it early. Like, oh, that's how we got to talk. We need to do that in order to be accepted, in order to get told yes, in order to survive. Got it, right? And I wired myself for that for a very long time. I even would try to have this certain thing about myself going back home to North Carolina to visit family because I feel like I was doing good. But once I gave my life to God for real 5 years ago, right? I knew that I couldn't be this person I created anymore. I had to be who God created me to be, right? And that is this Tab, the same Tab that talked to my daddy, the same Tab that talked to my husband, right? I got to be completely me. And I can't worry about what the world thinks anymore. But it's so funny to me that the fake version of me, nobody had a problem with. The real version of Tab, people have a problem with. So that also is not my business. You know, I can't help if you don't like the real version of me. I love this me. This is who God created me to be. And I don't hide her anymore. You know, it's funny, you know, a lot of my friends that I met here in LA, they met me as the other Tab, but underneath it all, you know, my heart was always the same.
Right.
But, you know, they were like, but Tab, when we would party or we be together, they were like, girl, if you had too many drinks or if you got too sleepy, you got real country. Because I couldn't maintain it, you know. And when you get tired, sometimes I would get tired.
Right.
It's exhausting to be somebody else. You know, it's exhausting. So, you know, when people don't like me because of this person I understand it's not personal. They also don't know me. I wish that the people who, because I got a lot of people who don't like me.
Right.
And listen, that's all right. I'm all right with it. I wish I could spend time with them though, because I do also understand that they must not be in a place of freedom.
Yeah.
And it bothers them. And I feel for people like that. You know, I would love to encounter them. I have been blessed to encounter some people who have come to me and said, "Girl, I did not like you when I first found you." It was like, I thought you was fake. I thought it was a whole Aunt Mammy. Yeah, in tears, they've said these things to me and said
They said that to
and
your
then,
face?
and then, I mean, some people, just matter of fact, but some people have literally cried because they were like, but then to meet you and feel your energy and to know that you are who you are. I wish I could encounter everybody and just love on people.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like that's my purpose, is just to love, to make people feel comfortable. But it's also not my business to make everybody like me. You know, I'm just trying to live the way God created me to live and spread love to people. And if you don't like this version of Tab Honey, I don't know. You can find some of my old movies if you want to get that. She's a little thin. She got long, straight hair. She carries her accent, depending on what you're watching. And, you know, if you want to find the old Tab, go and get comfortable with her. But if you want to get into this freedom one, honey, this is the Tab you're going to get.
Tabitha's story is very inspiring. No doubt she has inspired so many to learn to be themselves and never give up on their dreams, no matter what struggles they face in life. I love her energy and her genuine concern for people. I also love her country accent and her down-to-earth spirit. The live video we just took a look at was very inspiring, but it doesn't cover half of her story. For those of you who don't know Tabitha's story, it's all over the internet, as well as different interviews on YouTube. Check her out, I guarantee that you will be inspired. Well guys, that's it for this video. Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so that you will be notified when I upload another video.